Haven't filmed a lot lately. Decided I'm gonna start doing it again. So what I thought I'd work on today is my small block Chevy RX7. Right now, I just went and got a little gas can full of some gas. It's a mechanical fuel pump here. So I'm just gonna put a little hose in there down to this fuel tank. I'll have it underneath. Right now I'm just taking the exhaust off over on this side so I can put the spark plugs all the way back in, and then once I do that I put the exhaust back on, and then we'll get all the wires run down to the spark plugs. On this side the exhaust just needs shorter bolts to push it up in there a little more, and then that should be good to go too. So I got the battery hooked up, got my starter wire ran again, all plug wires are plugged on, everything should be good. Only thing we're not sure of is the distributor, whether or not that's actually working or not, but we'll find out here while we crank it over. Yeah, this interior in this thing is a little messed up, but it does the job for trying this. Oh, we're smoking and leaking. I think we're leaking coolant, if anything. Oh, nope, we're leaking oil. Yeah, we're leaking oil from where the pressure sensor went in. Forgot about that. Well, that one did not go to plan. Let me, pretty sure that sensor's over here. Let's get that sensor put back in. Forgot about that thing. Yep, right here. See? Always keep stuff. You never know when you're actually going to need to put it back in. Remember that, kids. Alright, so get that down in there. Even if it leaks a little bit at that point, that's okay, because we know it's going to probably leak some. Nothing's ever perfect on the first couple tries, but the least amount of leaks possible would be nice. Yeah, those wires probably are not good sitting there like that. Oh yeah, that's tensioned. That may have been the issue. That really wasn't on the terminal there. We'll give her another shot, see what happens. I'm not too confident in it actually starting, but it won't hurt to see what happens. Wish I could have seen what was smoking over here. Something is. And like that, I'm back with some starting fluid. So we'll see what a little bit of this does down the hatch. Ooh, smell gas. So I'm thinking we're just not getting any spark. Let that sit for a second. Whew, yeah, that's in there. Yeah, I'm thinking we're not getting any spark. Let's, I'm gonna make sure that that wire for the distributor is actually on there good, and then I'll be back. Let me check that real quick. Alright, I'm like 90% sure it's hooked up correctly. The only other thing I can think of is the timing order could be off, and I'm just remembering from work how I did it with work. I did it the Ford method, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's how I wired the plugs. And I'm not sure, I could be 180 out. It smells of gas, so I know that it's sucking up gas through the fuel pump, so I know it has fuel. It's just not getting spark. Now, I know you're not supposed to hook a battery straight up to the distributor because it won't shut off. That's easy. I can just pull the wire out for it to shut off. So basically at this point, I'm just trying to figure out why it's not getting spark. If I don't have these plug wires hooked up, then the distributor is probably 180 out. So that would mean that obviously none of these are firing on the right time. It's going to flood the engine. The other thing I can think of is when I put the distributor back into the engine, I could have not put it in correctly, and the whole thing here could be wrong. Or I don't have the distributor plugged in. Well, I guess that would probably help. Let's plug that in and try again. It can only go in one way, so that won't be a problem. And just see which way it goes in. Oh, this way. Okay. So, distributor is plugged in. I have a cable going up to the prong for the distributor. I believe it's on there. I can't really see up under there to make sure it's on there, but may have been an easy fix there. Let's try it again. See what happens. Ooh. That's promising. What is smoking over here? I wish I knew. I can can smell it, I just can't see it. Let's try this. Just in case it is, I believe those are just for the headlights. But something is getting, ooh, wow, it is that ground wire. Alright, we're back. So I took the ground off, cleaned up around it, tried to see if I can get down to some bare metal. I don't think it's hitting anything that would cause it to arc. I don't think. The only thing I think it was one of these touching somewhere that shouldn't. I don't think. But it's popping, so that's good. That's good so far. Again, timing could be off. There could be that issue altogether. Let's get this jumper back, hooked back up to it, and we'll try it again. I'm gonna give it one more try. The only other thing I can think of is timing is off. Let's find the key. Nope. I'm thinking the timing's off, so we're gonna have to re-tackle this in a little bit. Try timing. Maybe try a bigger ground. Try it again. Alright guys, new day, new start. Did some research last night. New things that I figured out I'm gonna hit you with. First off, I had my biggest ground going to the frame of the battery. The battery was grounded to the frame. I have this one here. I had another little ground wire on the air side from the starter to the frame. Read online that probably should have the block grounded. So that's the first thing we did this morning. Next thing is I'm going to take off the cap here. We're going to check and make sure that this is at the number 1 cylinder, top dead center. I don't think it is. It could be. I have a feeling it's not. I didn't check it when I put it in. I just put it in. I think it could be 180 out, or it's just could be 1 cylinder off and just firing on the wrong cylinder. So we're gonna go ahead and work on that, and I'll time lapse it starting. So I got all the plug wires moved around. They're not necessarily set up right. Best I could do for right now. I don't think it's gonna affect anything for them to be different lengths. But we'll try this out. See what happens. Alright, that was better on the no smoking part. I still think the distributor's not in there correctly. I don't know if it is getting spark still. Okay, it's getting spark. Alright, that's good. So my timing is off. Okay, it's been about probably 15 minutes looking stuff up online, looking at some firing order stuff, and I think I got it figured out. I had to pull the distributor back out and then drop it back in. Everything's back in there tight. That's plugged in. Okay, where is my wire? That is not my wire. It's the tack wire. We'll actually try that out too. We'll plug that in, because then if it starts to pull signal for the tack, no. Sorry about the shakiness there. If I can find it. No, that wasn't it. Alright. Let's see what happens. You can only hope for the best, am I right? Key in. Key on. Here we go. That's pretty promising for a second there. Only one little thing I can think of. Let's give her a little shot. Let that sit. Try this again. Here we go. Whew! Something cooked. Okay, alternator is, because the engine's, you can see the engine's sitting like this, the alternator belt is hitting that bar down there. It's supposed to be leaning back. Got a little more oil on the ground, is that? Yeah, that doesn't look like it's any more than before. We're gonna hit it again. That was pretty good. We're gonna try that one more time. Hold on. After that short, quick break, basically all I did was move these wires back from off of the flex plate back there. Flywheel, I bet flywheel. It's a manual. I've reattached my throttle cable so that hopefully in the car I can control it enough to be able to keep it running. The other thing I did was the starter signal wire here. It was back over there. I moved it back up here. If all goes good and it starts up again, this time it shouldn't be hitting nothing that would cause it to catch fire on the belt down there. I leaned it back down to where it's supposed to be when it runs. Should be able to sit in the car this time to be able to run the throttle. Alright, let's try this out. May go good, may go bad, I don't know. That's what we got fire extinguishers for, and that's what we got kill switches for. By the way, I don't have a kill switch. Well, that was actually really cool that I was able to even run it with the pedal. Sounds really good open header. I'm not leaving it open header. I'm going to build a full exhaust for it, just like I did with the Crown Vic. Now, that felt really good. I got a lot of adrenaline moving right now because I don't know, this project means a lot to me. It really does, because this is something I've never done in my life. I've always wanted to do something like this. I don't know, I got a lot of adrenaline pumping right now, and it feels really cool because this is mine. Like, I built this. I did this by myself. This was a lot of just trying to do it and figure it out on my own, and it feels really cool that it works. That started up very fast. That was awesome, and I don't even know. Like, this is probably, I would put it on the level of a Boosted Boy ghetto setup just to get it going, and that felt really cool. Even knowing I got the 5 speeds back here to put in it, and that it's this close to being a running and driving car is just that much better. Like, that just pushes you over the edge of knowing like you're doing such a good job. This is so cool right now. I'm actually like super pumped, and like I said, I just got a lot of adrenaline moving right now because that was really cool. And the fact that I was able to sit there and even rev it, because I didn't think this cable was gonna work, and it worked. So that was really cool. But let me Alright, I'm calmed down a little bit, so I think this is where I'm going to end the video for today. Again, like I said, this is probably the coolest feeling ever for me, knowing that I started with a car that had a non-running rotary engine in it, and going all the way to this V8 that was given to me, that I didn't even know if this thing ran. And I just took a chance with it, and I said, you know what, what's the worst? It doesn't run, and I figure out that how to get the engine in there the best way, and I just go find myself another engine that runs. And like I said, knowing I got this engine for free, and all I had to do was just basically drop it in here and figure out how to do all that by myself by making my own custom mounts and everything, that's the coolest feeling ever. And I just want to let everyone know, you guys can do any of this yourself. I have no real skill in actually swapping motors and doing anything crazy like this. I did the Civic, and the Civic was basically an already done kit that I just put into the car. This is a whole nother ball game, and you can't beat the feeling of your project car like this starting up for the first time. That's the best feeling in the whole world. So with that being said, follow me for another video whenever it comes out. Subscribe, like, share it on Facebook. Tell your friends, tell your wife, tell your family. Follow again.